Beneath the golden sands of Giza, beneath the towering pyramids, lies a mystery few dare to mention: an underground city. Not just tombs or chambers, but a sprawling network of tunnels and vast halls carved in stone. Ancient texts speak of hidden realms below, where only initiates walked. What lies beneath the surface may rewrite everything we know about ancient Egypt. Was it a burial complex? Or a forgotten civilization's heart? A world built not to be seen until now. Mainstream Egyptology tells us the pyramids were tombs, monuments to power and death. But under Giza, anomalies defy that narrative. Seismic scans have detected hollow spaces, grid-like formations, and chambers untouched by time. Some stretch for miles. Why would a necropolis need corridors as wide as highways? Why ventilation shafts deep underground? This isn't simple architecture. It feels designed for movement, for habitation, or perhaps for something more mysterious and alive. Local legends whisper of an underworld city built by the gods themselves. Arab chroniclers spoke of vast libraries and glowing stones beneath Giza. Even Herodotus hinted at a labyrinth hidden below the plateau. Was it just myth? Or did ancient priests guard a secret so powerful it had to be buried? Maybe the pyramids weren't just markers of death, but gateways to something sacred, something forbidden, a sanctuary, a machine, a memory carved in rock. In 1993, ground-penetrating radar revealed a massive void beneath the Sphinx. Some dismissed it. Others weren't allowed to return. Then came rumors. A sealed door, inscriptions that predate dynastic Egypt, artifacts that didn't match any known culture. Independent researchers claimed the underground chambers formed a city-like layout: halls, wells, and resonating stone. But access was blocked. Why? What's so dangerous about a few empty tunnels? Unless they're not empty. If the stories are true, this underground city was not built in haste. Its design reflects cosmic principles, alignments with Orion, sacred geometry, echo chambers tuned to human resonance. Some believe it was a temple of sound. Others think it held ancient technologies or guarded knowledge far beyond our era. Could this be what the ancient priests called the Hall of Records? A place where the wisdom of the gods or of visitors from the stars was stored deep beneath our feet? Ancient Egyptian texts often mention a place called Duat, a shadowy realm beneath the earth where souls travel after death. But what if Duat was not metaphor, but map? What if the underworld described in myth was real, and Giza was its entrance? Initiation rites, priestly journeys, and celestial alignments all point downward. Maybe this wasn't hell, but sanctuary, a chamber of transformation. And maybe those who entered weren't just dead, they were being reborn through knowledge hidden in stone. In 1935, British explorer Hamilton revealed sketches of what he called a subterranean metropolis under Giza. His notes described polished corridors, echoing vaults, and walls etched with unknown glyphs. Yet his findings were buried both figuratively and literally. Later, researchers claimed to have seen similar tunnels, but access was quietly denied. Why such secrecy? If there's nothing below, why not allow investigation? Unless what's beneath Giza doesn't fit the story we've been told. Unless it's older, stranger, smarter. The ancient god, Thoth, scribe of the gods, keeper of secrets, is said to have hidden a book deep underground, a book containing the keys to time, space, and the soul. Some believe this Book of Thoth rests in the underground city, protected by traps, encoded in symbols, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. Could the pyramids be the surface markers of a forgotten library? Not just tombs, but beacons guiding seekers to a truth buried for millennia? Modern satellite imagery reveals strange depressions and heat signatures around the Giza plateau, signs of voids, shafts, or hollow structures. Some align perfectly with the pyramids, suggesting intentional design. Could this be part of a larger network, perhaps connected to the Nile, or even beyond? Could Giza have been the capital of not just Egypt, but of something global or galactic? Maybe we're not looking at a tomb complex. Maybe we're standing on the roof of something far bigger. What if the underground city was built to last through floods, wars, and time itself? An ark of knowledge buried beneath shifting sands. Many ancient cultures speak of a great cataclysm, Atlantis, Zep Tepi, the flood of Noah. Could Giza's underground complex be a remnant of this forgotten world? Not just Egyptian, but pre-Egyptian. Older than pharaohs, perhaps even older than history itself. A place meant to endure, a warning, a vault, a legacy sleeping beneath the stone. The Great Pyramid isn't just aligned with the cardinal points, it's aligned with the stars. Orion's belt, Sirius, the Pleiades. Now imagine the same precision beneath the ground. What if the underground city mirrors the heavens, just like the pyramids above? A dual map, celestial and terrestrial. Perhaps the ancients believed that to access divine knowledge, one had to descend into the earth and rise through the stars. A cosmic staircase, a stargate etched in limestone and silence. Eyewitnesses from secret excavations have described rooms that hum, stones that vibrate, and ceilings carved with patterns resembling circuitry. Some theorists claim the underground chambers once conducted energy, acoustic, magnetic, even resonant light. Could Giza's underground city have powered something, communicated across vast distances? Was it an ancient power grid, or something stranger, a consciousness amplifier? The ancients said, "As above, so below." Maybe they meant it literally. Maybe the city below was a reflection of the mind above. Strangely, the Egyptian government has restricted many modern excavations around the pyramids. Projects halted, permits denied. Some researchers were silenced. Why such control over something supposedly empty? Even Zahi Hawass, Egypt's former antiquities chief, once mentioned mysterious doors and sealed shafts, then never spoke of them again. What is being protected? Is it heritage? Or a revelation that would shatter accepted history? Maybe the underground city isn't lost. Maybe it's guarded until we're ready to see it. Other cultures tell of subterranean worlds too. The Hopi speak of ant people living below ground. Hindu texts mention Patala, an underground realm with advanced beings. Even early Christians described a hollow earth. Could these stories point to a shared memory of something real? A global truth buried beneath myth and time? Giza might not be unique, it might be a doorway, one of many. An ancient network of hidden cities, waiting for rediscovery, and maybe reactivation. If such a city exists, its purpose wasn't survival, it was transmission, a message in architecture, a code etched into chambers, shafts, and silence. Maybe it wasn't just built for the ancients, but for us. For now, the ancients believed knowledge was power, but only when the student was ready. So perhaps the city still waits, hidden beneath Giza, untouched by time, guarded by myth, whispering through stone, waiting for those who dare to listen and descend. In the 2002 satellite scans confirmed anomalies beneath Giza, grid-like tunnels, chamber patterns, unnatural voids. One discovery hinted at a spiral staircase leading into darkness, sealed for millennia. What lies at the bottom? More catacombs? Or a central chamber? Was it a control room, a sanctuary, a gateway? Those who believe in ancient technology suggest something once pulsed there. Light, sound, energy. But the entrance remains sealed. Or has someone already gone in and kept quiet? Imagine, beneath the sand, an entire city carved with precision, immune to time. Walls tuned to frequency, floors laid in sacred ratios, geometry that heals, resonates, remembers. Some researchers claim this city wasn't made by humans alone, that something helped or guided. Could ancient Egypt have inherited ruins from a lost race? A hybrid civilization of men and gods? Thoth, Osiris, star beings, figures from myth who may have been engineers, not deities, guardians of a legacy we barely comprehend. Let's follow the logic. A civilization capable of building Giza's surface with perfection wouldn't ignore what's beneath. Underground structures resist erosion, war, and time. They endure. Perhaps the underground city was phase one of foundation. Later generations added the pyramids above. Like a layered archive, the surface told the story. But the truth was buried deeper, hidden from conquerors, storms, and forgetfulness. A vault of origin, a capsule of genius, a message to the far future our present. What if everything we've dismissed as symbolism was literal? The afterlife journey, the halls of judgment, the gates of Duat, all metaphors for an actual descent beneath Giza. Tomb paintings show boats sailing underground, past stars and guardians. These weren't dreams, they were maps, instructions. Perhaps ancient initiates traveled through these halls in life, not death. And perhaps what they found wasn't just spiritual but technological, a fusion of knowledge we've only begun to rediscover. Stories persist of explorers who vanished beneath Giza, of chambers that sealed themselves, of sudden bans on excavation after strange phenomena. Are these just urban legends or warnings? Some claim vibrations beneath the plateau spike on solstices. Others say the city responds to sound like an instrument waiting to be played. What if it still lives, not as a city of stone, but as a system, a mechanism, a dormant machine of purpose humming below our feet? The ancients spoke of balance, ma'at, the cosmic harmony. What if the underground city was built to preserve that balance, a stabilizing force, not just spiritually, but physically? Could it have influenced magnetic fields or harnessed telluric currents? The layout suggests intentional energy flow. Columns, stones, and pathways weren't random, they were functional. Maybe it wasn't just a city. Maybe it was a planetary device, a conductor, a guardian of frequency. And when it stopped working, something changed in the world. Some believe the pyramids and underground city are one system above and below, light and shadow. The pyramid gathers energy, the tunnels distribute it. Like lungs, they inhale and exhale. Like circuits, they transmit. Was Giza part of a communication grid connecting sacred sites worldwide? From Stonehenge to Angkor Wat, the geometry echoes. Ley lines, vortex points. The ancients weren't isolated, they were synchronized. If Giza's underground city was a hub, what was it sending? And to whom? In recent years, artificial intelligence has analyzed ancient structures, uncovering mathematical codes hidden in proportions. Phi, P, golden ratios. These patterns appear in the Great Pyramid and in the rumored underground maps. Too consistent for coincidence. Someone encoded knowledge into architecture. Perhaps these weren't just sacred numbers, but frequencies, tones that unlock something, doors, memories, awakening. The underground city may not need to be opened physically, but resonated into activity, like an ancient instrument waiting to be struck. There are whispers of guardians, symbols of jackals, serpents, and watchers carved into sealed walls. Are they warnings or passwords? Myth says those who descend must pass trials not of strength, but of truth. Maybe the city doesn't open with keys, but with consciousness. Only the aligned may enter, those who remember, or those who ask the right questions. What if the real gateway isn't beneath Giza, but within us? A test of readiness, cloaked in stone. Why bury such a marvel? Why hide it? Maybe the builders knew the dangers of knowledge without wisdom, so they left it beneath a monument to patience, to silence, to eternity. The underground city is not forgotten, it is sleeping, waiting for minds bold enough to rediscover it and humble enough to understand it. We stand on sacred ground, and we ask, what lies below? Perhaps the answer isn't a place. Perhaps it's a calling. The deeper we look, the more the past reshapes itself. Giza's underground city may not be myth, nor metaphor, it may be the missing chapter of human history. A chapter written in stone, encrypted in geometry, sealed with intention. And maybe the real reason we haven't found it yet is because we've been digging with shovels, not with questions. What if only by changing our perspective, our frequency, can we begin to see it, not as fantasy, but as forgotten fact? Let's imagine the city awakens. What then? Blueprints of lost technologies, maps of the stars before the flood, knowledge of the soul, energy, time. Would we be ready, or would we fear it? The ancients warned, knowledge is a blade. It can heal or destroy. The city beneath Giza may offer answers, but only if we ask with wisdom. Maybe that's why it was hidden, not to deceive, but to protect. A cosmic seed waiting for the right season to sprout. Beneath our feet lies more than sand and limestone. There lies the echo of a civilization that saw further, reached deeper, and built longer than we dared dream. Giza is not just a place, it's a threshold. Between surface and secret, between history and myth, between who we were and who we might become. The underground city is real, not just in stone, but in the very idea that something greater once existed and can be remembered. So next time you see the pyramids, don't just look up. Look down. Feel the weight of what might lie below. Let the silence between the stones speak. Let the myths become questions. Let the questions become journeys. Because Giza doesn't just hold the past, it invites the future. And maybe, just maybe, we're not standing on ruins, but on the roof of something sacred, waiting to rise once more into light. The underground city beneath the pyramids may remain sealed. The shafts may stay shut. The maps may be scattered. But the mystery lives on. In every curious gaze, in every whisper of stone, in every dream of something older and wiser than ourselves. The ancients built with purpose. And perhaps their greatest monument wasn't what they built above, but what they hid below. Not just a city, but a mirror, a memory, and a message, waiting beneath Giza.